Just as a fair warning, this episode's gonna make no sense. I'm all over the place, and that's pretty much the whole point of nonsense. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Nonsense episode. Who gives a shit? I'm your host, F and Bob. How's it going? What's going on? How are you? How's your week? It's late in the week, ain't it? It's Thursday now, right? It's Thursday. No, because the podcast is up. Um, but yeah, how's it going for everybody? My week's going shittily because I have a job, and I'm guessing none of you guys do, because nobody wants to work during COVID. Apparently, that's a thing. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I implore you all to get your asses up and get back to your jobs, because I'm paying for Amazon Prime and ain't shit coming here within 2 days. I don't understand what's going on, but why is Amazon just reluctant to send my packages within 2 days? It says 2-day shipping. It says 2-day free shipping. Why am I getting my shit within a week and a half? It's kind of fucked up, is all I'm saying. So everybody, get your asses back to work. I've had enough of this shit. All of you, back to work. Another reason why I'm slightly shitty is because I'm sitting in traffic consistently going to work every day, hour plus going to work, and fuck you guys. For the people who are going to work, why are you all in my way all of a sudden? Like, either you need to get to work faster, or just be at work. Just never leave work so I can drive back and forth to work. Fuck you guys. My life and my convenience is more important. But you know what didn't cause any traffic? The WNBA's championship parade, because apparently our team won. The Chicago Sky, the team, not the skyline, not anything else that's cool, but our WNBA team won. And they decided to shut down the downtown streets for their parade for apparently no fucking reason. Now that I've seen the clips of it, take a look at it on Facebook. It's on Facebook. I'm pretty sure we're gonna post that up there. But yeah, no, it's fucking sad. There's literally maybe all of 10 people there. Mind you, this is downtown Chicago. There's more people downtown Chicago on a regular day than during the WNBA championship parade, which is fucking sad. So that means people actually actively left downtown Chicago because they were like, who gives a shit? I don't want to be anywhere near this bullshit parade. So I'll go elsewhere. It's kind of sad. There's literally maybe all of 12 people. I think there was more people on the bus of the teams than people who actually gave a shit about them winning a championship. Which, again, call me sexist if you want, but let's just be realistic here. No one cares about the WNBA. I've tried my damnedest to give a shit about the WNBA. I've watched a game or two. It's boring as hell. It's boring as all hell. There's no finesse. There's no pizzazz. There's no interesting highlights. Like, nothing. Like, I've seen season-wide highlights of the WNBA, and they're not even, matching up to two, 12th ranked teams in the NBA playing against each other. Like, two 12th ranked teams in the NBA playing against each other have more highlights than a year's worth of WNBA highlights. It's just not the same shit. Nobody goes to the games unless they're friends and family or old college, alumni or some bullshit like that. No one actually gives a fuck. They can't even make their own salaries anymore. It's down to the point where the NBA is paying the WNBA. No one gives a shit, dude. No one's playing with the WNBA players on 2K. No one's going to your games. No one cares when you win. And that's sad because Chicago is a full fucking, I'm trying to think of it. It's a hardcore sports city. All we give two shits about is sports. We argue over sports consistently. Our sports mentality makes no sense because all we care about is sports. We defend the Bulls up and down 6 ways to Sundays, even though we know the Bulls suck. We defend the Bears up and down 6 ways to Sunday, even though we know they suck most of the time. We have faith in every quarterback we get, and we get a new quarterback literally every other year, it seems like at this point. We stay faithful. We hate the Packers for no reason. And if the Packers beats us, we hope that whoever has to play the Packers next beats the ever living shit out of them. It's just how it works, man. We literally love sports so much that we have now adapted to arguing with ourselves because we have 2 baseball teams, North and South, and we will scream and rant and rave and rip half of the city down depending on who wins a game. That's all we care about is sports. And our WNBA team won, and no one gave a rat's ass. Like, absolutely no one gave a shit. So it just goes to show you, no one cares. No one's ever going to care. I have some solutions. I don't think anybody's going to like those solutions, but here's just my 2 cents on what you can do to fix WNBA. Step number 1. Let's just remove the 3-pointer because ain't none of you motherfuckers hitting 3-pointers like that. I've taken a quick glance. You ain't shooting threes. So let's just remove the 3-point line. Or we either remove or add a 4-point shot. Check this out. We decrease the distance of the 3-point line, bring it in, just a couple inches, and then add a secondary outside line. So kind of like how college ball does it, where there's double 3-point lines, the college line, and then the NBA line so they can get used to shooting at the NBA line. Let's just make it like that, shrink it in just a tad bit, and make it a 3-point line and a 4-point line. Bam. Now you got more points, so the scores are getting run up a little bit better if somebody can actually hit the goddamn shot. And then we go, the big 3 style. Instead, because they have a 4-point shot. So instead of a 3-point line, the double 3-point line, they have a 3-point line and a 4-point shot, which is super far out. So let's do the 3-point shot, the 4-point shot, and a 5-point spot that's just getting randomly highlighted on the court. We have the technology now. We can just shine lights on the goddamn court whenever we feel like it. Just random 5-point shot spots wherever on the court. And then just during the game, they just can oh shit, there's a 5-point spot. I got to run to that 5-point spot, take the jump shot. Weird concept, but I think it will work. Now you have multiple weird spots to take shots from. They're not, playing basic ass boring basketball. Maybe, now you've added a little bit of interestingness to it. And we try and keep this to the WNBA because as soon as that shit goes to the NBA, ain't nobody watching the WNBA again. So there you go. You added a decreased 3-point shot, a regular 3-point, now 4-point shot, and now a 5-point spotlight. Bam. All new fucking shots. After that, you take the rim and you lower it. I think the standard height for a basketball rim is 10 feet, right? Let's drop that sumbitch to 8. Because I'm tired of watching WNBA games. There's no dunking. It's pretty much the only thing people still care about in basketball was dunking. And the women ain't doing it. The last time I seen it, there was a woman literally in the middle of an interview. She was like, I can dunk. I've been dunking since, blah, blah, blah. And then during the interview, they were like, all right, show me what you got. And she misses 3 dunks in a row. You can't do it. I'm sorry. Let's just bring that shit down just a little bit. Maybe not 8 feet. We can do 9. A full foot should do it. So then more people can dunk. Maybe some fancier dunks. I would say bring it down to 8 feet because now you can do some under the leg ass shit. You can dunk on people. There's more opportunity for dunks is all I'm saying. The people are already very tall because there are some very tall WNBA players. Now they're dunking more often. More defense, more rebounds. It's not all over the goddamn place. Makes it a little bit more interesting. So now you got your 3 to 5-point shot and more dunks. Then the next thing you can do is shorten the season. Because nobody's still going to watch this shit either way. But if you make it a condensed, high-paced season, then maybe you got a chance. You just do fucking... That's, NBA's 80 games a year? Just drop the WNBA down to fucking 40. Half the year. Half the season space, 1 game a week. They're fresh. They're ready to go. And it's just a little more fucking, intense when it's one game a week. Fucking, let's do it WWE rules, man. Just, every Tuesday night. Tuesday night is WNBA night. All your favorite teams are playing at once. Bam. You pick a team you like. You could flip between all the WNBA teams so you see who's boring and who's not boring, and then bam. You get all your shit at once. All the highlights come out on fucking Thursday, and then you're done with WNBA for the week. I think I just fixed the WNBA. There you go. It's a little less boring. Got some new gimmicks in there. You got more dunking. Then after that, man, the women just got to get good. That's all you got left, man. Because I hate to say it, and I keep bringing up this point, is with the WNBA, man, you guys send your best players to play in a celebrity game where Kevin Hart is outscoring you half of the time. If Kevin Hart is outscoring WNBA players, you guys are fucking up. That's all I'm saying. You send your Rookie of the Year and your MVP to play in a celebrity game against Arnie Duncan. Arnie Duncan should have no business outscoring a professional player. The WNBA is kind of shit. Just going to leave it there. So, where are we at? 10 minutes. Quick commercial break, and I got a couple more things I want to talk about. We're going to keep this podcast short, and I'll see you after these commercial breaks. Thank you. All right. Welcome back to Nonsense. Did you enjoy those commercials? Did you have time to take a break, take a piss? You're probably driving in your car right now. Who am I kidding? So anyway, I haven't gotten a chance to look at these two videos, so I'm going to take a quick peek and talk about them in real time. So 2 new trailers came out in the last few days for 2 new movies that I'm not saying I'm iffy about, I'm just not ecstatic to see. Well, actually, I did see this one. So the new Batman movie's coming out with Robert Pattinson, which is just like, why are they making another Batman movie? Like, I really have no want for another Batman movie. I think I've mentioned this a few times that they've done it. Like, it's been done 1,000 times over. I don't think there's any need for another Batman movie. It's time to kind of, slowly get into, the rest of the fucking characters. There's a shit ton of other characters in the Batman lore and shit like that. It's like, let's give some of these other people a shot. And they just won't do it. So, and again, I'm not against Robert Pattinson. I know Robert Pattinson's a solid actor, but his Batman is just weirdly dark. It's not even like dark like the Christopher Nolan series dark. It's just like they just refuse to use any lights. Like, it's like that kind of dark. Like, it looks like a bootleg. The entire movie looks like a full-fledged bootleg movie. Robert Pattinson, they only show like one clip of him as a Bruce. He doesn't look like a Bruce. I wouldn't believe him as Bruce to save my life. His Batman, he's very small. He's not built really well. When they show him fighting as Batman, he looks sloppy. Just like none of it is selling me as another Batman movie. As I watch this trailer, and I'm even just having to replay right now just so I can see it in my mind fresh. The first thing that comes to mind is that this movie should have been scrapped as a Batman movie and redone as a Nightwing movie. It would have been a great Nightwing movie. By the way, I hate the new Batmobile. It looks like a shitty Camaro. Like, why did you choose, like, the Dukes of Hazzard's Camaro and try and make that into a Batmobile? It's fucking garbage. They went out of their way to make Commissioner Gordon black. Like, it's just so much weird shit. The Batman suit has weird stitching on the nose. Like, all of this movie's stupid. Like, everything aesthetically about this movie's ass. Anyway, I feel like they should have gone Nightwing. I think it's time to give everyone else a shot. Robert Pattinson would have played a solid Nightwing, I think. A slightly older fucking Robin. For those who don't know who Nightwing is the first Robin who finally says, I'm done being Robin. I don't want to be your sidekick anymore. Let me go do my own thing. And he goes off, changes his costume and everything. And just becomes, a completely different hero. A solid hero at that. I think Nightwing's solid. He's supposed to be young, a little more agile, a little more acrobatic version of Batman. He's pretty much Batman, just a little more agile, acrobatic, and less money. And I think Robert Pattinson would have been a solid actor for that role. I think it's time for that kind of role. Nightwing is just all the Robins are overlooked. Because there's a lot of outside Robin stuff that you have to think about. Robin has a great backstory with him being orphaned and him being an acrobatic type person and all of that shit. Like there's a tons of backstory for him. Him being Batman's sidekick, being I won't say abused by Batman, but I mean, yeah, we'll just say he's abused by Batman, and then he's like, "Fuck it, I'm going out on my own." They could do a quick 2-3 part movie if they just stuck with something. Like you had Ben Affleck as Batman not too long ago. Let's run with Ben Affleck's Batman, who I don't like as well. But give him a Robin, make a quick short movie, be done with it, right? Give him a Robin, a young kid, give him a nice little start. I don't know why I keep thinking Finn Wolfhard would make a solid Robin, but I'm just gonna go out there and say Finn Wolfhard, the kid from Stranger Things. I think he would make a solid Robin, a solid young Robin, right? Or teenage Robin. He's not really strong built, but he could play like the boy wonder Robin, right? And then just switch over to Robert Pattinson at some point where he's a bit older. Make him a little, use makeup and CG, whatever you got to do to make him look a bit younger than what he is. Just a little bit, And just have that scene where he quits being Robin. He's, full adult Robin, doesn't want to be Robin anymore. And just like, look, I'm trying to do my own thing. Bam, origin story of Nightwing. He can, mind you, Nightwing fights most of the same villains as Batman. So now you can do some crossover shit with Batman, the Justice League, and this new Nightwing. You have all of the shit you can deal with. Nightwing gets his own thing. Now you have just enough time to warm up another Robin. Because now you can start doing just the trilogy of Batmans and Robins. The Batman and Robins trilogy. So now you can do the quick Batman from Young Robin to Nightwing movie. Next movie, you can do another Batman, New Robin. That Robin to Red Hood. The death of Tim Drake. All of that stuff leading up into a new Robin movie. Now you have a Red Hood movie you can pull off. Then you can do a third Robin movie. Then you can do a Damian movie with Ra's al Ghul and all of these characters. Like, you have multiple options. And I think they're all viable options. I 100% feel like they're viable options. And you're cranking out multiple Batman movies now where Batman's not the main character. I don't see why that's not just a solid idea. I don't know why we're waiting on this. We've been bombarded with Batman movie after Batman movie. I've had enough. I've purely just had enough Batman now. It's time to move on. 100%. Let's move on from Batman and let's do something else. Same thing with Spider-Man. I feel like we've done young Spider-Man. No more young Spider-Man. The thing that made the new Spider-Man PlayStation game great was that they stuck with an older Spider-Man. What made Into the Spideyverse very interesting. Older Spider-Man. Yes, we all love Miles. Miles is great. But it was the fact that we finally got a much older Spider-Man. Spider-Man who's a veteran, who's been there, done that. Who's ready just to keep it going and keep saving the world. A Spider-Man who's taking vacations and has his personal life finally in order. We don't need this Spider-Man who can barely keep his bills paid at all times. Still should struggle with his bills, but it shouldn't be just like, like he still can't pay a bill. It's just like, it should be more of, he still can't pay a bill versus, like they made sure Spider-Man doesn't pay his bills on time. You see what I mean? It's just time to, let's progress Spider-Man. Let's progress Batman. Let's bring in Robins. Let's bring in more Miles. Let's bring in, again, Spider-Man. Another instance where he has a shit ton of other, like things he can do. You can have Spider-Man with Gwen. I still have not seen a Spider-Man with a Gwen. I still haven't seen, a popularized Spider-Man and Miles. They need to bring, somehow incorporate Venom into the Spider-Man universe properly. Not this weird Venom movie shit that they're doing. They finally got Venom and Carnage, but they, for some reason, to me, feel like they've done it wrong. But, who knows? Maybe I'm just the guy that's following the comics a little too closely. But I feel like that's all just kind of off-putting right now. But, yes, let's bring in some of these guys into the movie frame. It's time. Let's not do origin stories anymore. Every 5 years, you don't have to do another origin story to a superhero. It's just truly fucking unnecessary. Um, yeah, that's my interpretation of the new Batman. I think it should just immediately have been a fucking um Nightwing story. I think Nightwing would have been really good, much more interesting and fresh. That's just my points. So the other trilogy that just came, or the other movie that just came out, or trailer that came out, and it's, mind you, right now, currently number 2 trending, is the Uncharted movie, starring Tom Holland. All right. So for those of you who don't know, I've already have a major bone to pick with the Uncharted series. I think the Uncharted series is shit. I've never liked Uncharted. I don't like the Nathan Drake or Nathan Drake or whatever you want to call it. Uncharted is just a ripoff of Tomb Raider. That's all it is. That's all it ever will be. It's, boyish charm version of Lara Croft. You take the sex out, you give it the boy manly charm, charming guy, then you have Uncharted. It's kind of shitty. It's boring. The game is terrible. It's very predictable after you've seen enough of it. It's corny, but it's not like self-aware corny until maybe like Uncharted 2, 3. Like once it's more so like self-aware because of the fan base, not because of the game itself. But let's just stick with the movie right now because I have my own bone to pick with the game series. The movie, first off, I don't want Tom Holland as my Nathan Drake for a simplistic reason. I know this might be very unnecessary, but I feel like the classic case of Nathan was that he was a bit older. He was in his maybe late 20s, early 30s. He's definitely kind of the been there, done that type of guy. He's kind of worldly, and Tom Holland looks like a child. He just played high school Peter Parker. And now you're trying to tell me that he's going to go around the world and save the world and shit as Nathan Drake? Like, absolutely not. I haven't heard any of the lines from the movie, but Nathan Drake is played by Nolan North, the voice actor, who's also voice acted a lot of my favorite characters. He's voice acted, the main lines in the Saints Row series. He voice acted Deadpool in the Deadpool video game, and he voice acted Nathan Drake. One of the, I would say, more redeemable parts of Nathan Drake is that he's quippy, kind of like a Spider-Man quippy kind of guy, So I understand what you want to get Tom Holland, who just played Spider-Man, to play a quippy action hero. The problem is Tom Holland's not quippy. He's not quippy, at least to me. He's not the quippy type of guy. He's not the sarcastic type of guy. Like, you want to get closer to a Deadpool character, or I'm trying to think of maybe like the, not comic book era Spider-Man, but like at least the Spider-Man animated series Spider-Man, who can throw a joke out there, can throw a jab out there, who's, his punchline and quips are more deadly than anything else. You know what I mean? And Tom Holland Spider-Man is young and not funny. So I think that's my major gripe. I definitely don't want a young Nathan Drake. Nathan Drake to me should be slightly middle age. You know what I mean? A little bit been there, done that, with a little bit of, swag to him at least. I don't know what it is about fucking, heroes nowadays. Like, none of them are middle age or a little bit older. You know what I mean? Like, all the new action heroes. Like, when I grew up, my action heroes were, Arnold Schwarzenegger. What's the guy from Die Hard? I can't think of his name right off the top of my head right now. But like those level guys where they're just a bit older, but not old. Now they've just gone to the point where every action hero is way too young. Like, absolutely too young. And I'm just like, dude, that dude's a child. Like, what are you talking about? Jason Statham is a fucking action hero. Like, that's my kind of action hero. Arnold Schwarzenegger, fucking Sylvester Stallone. These are action heroes. Those are what I want to see as action heroes. Not Tom Holland, this small, scrawny kid that I feel like I could beat the shit out of. I feel like we've definitely just crossed into this era where action heroes look like your average Joe can beat the ever-living shit out of them. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody in their right mind looked at Arnold Schwarzenegger, even when he was younger, and like, oh, I beat that dude's ass. Sylvester Stallone, you're not beating his ass. I cannot remember the dude from Die Hard right now. But ain't nobody just coming up and whooping his ass either. Like, it feels like you kind of have to struggle a little bit to beat the shit out of him. If you could in the first place. And then they just grab Tom Holland out of, just pull Tom Holland out of his ass. It's like, dude, enough, man. Sony needs to let Tom Holland go, for the love of God. And if you think I'm being overly dramatic or overly crucial on Tom Holland, do me a favor, just look up any photo of Nathan Drake from the game and then look side by side with Tom Holland. I'm done. No more Tom Holland, please. They already changed my Spider-Man game where Peter Parker used to look like a middle-aged man and they made him look a hell of a lot more like Tom Holland. I'm done with Tom Holland. PlayStation, I've ridden with you as long as I possibly can, but this shit, your fantasization of Tom Holland has to end. It needs to end now. No more fucking Tom Holland. Absolutely not. Fuck him. Get him out of here. Anyway, so then I've ranted about Tom Holland. The secondary character, Scully. If I'm not mistaken, Sully or Scully is supposed to be his name. I want to say it's Sully. It's played by Mark Wahlberg. Now, I love Mark Wahlberg. But again, you have to look at the characters and at least attempt to rip character for character. Sully is supposed to be this older, I've been there, done that con artist. It's an older guy, at least in his 40s, maybe 50s, who can still just kind of hang. You know what I mean? He's not super young, not super old, has some grays, and is just hanging in there with the younger guy. You know what I mean? He's still supposed to be two older guys, but one's a lot older than the other. Sully had grays, like legit grays. But he just hang tough with Nathan. You know what I mean? He might step aside, might be the gunman, might be the driver at best. Mark Wahlberg still looks like he has some youth left. Let's not throw Mark Wahlberg into the old dude with grays part yet. It ain't time for that yet. Let's not do that to Mark Wahlberg. Let's put some respect on Marky Mark's name. He ain't the old dude yet. Again, just do me a favor if you think I'm being harsh. Pull up the two characters, Sully and Mark Wahlberg. Nothing in common. Absolutely nothing in common. These are not the same two characters. Character based themselves. Sully is an old, wiser guy. Been there and done that, can throw a jab every once in a while, but is just the smarter character in the situation. Sully typically is the slick, smart guy in the scenario. What part of those three statements sounds like Mark Wahlberg, who seems to be the dumbest dude in every situation he's ever been in? Let's be realistic with our casting. Eventually, guys. I don't know what we have with Mark Wahlberg. I love Mark Wahlberg as much as the next guy. But let's fucking... Again, I'm not saying typecast always, but let's get a little bit closer. Or let's just get an actor who I feel has the potential to act the part. I don't think Mark Wahlberg has an acting bone in his body. He just plays a character that kind of typecasts who he is. You know what I mean? He's not acting outside of his own personality. He's just not that guy. His personality is definitely very castable. So it's not like he's, should never get an acting part. It's just I'm never going to expect them to cast Mark Wahlberg in something and then he plays above and beyond who he is. He's just a dude, bro. He's a dude, bro, who can wield a gun, maybe drive a car. That's 90% of his fucking acting roles. Like, I'm not going to sit here and believe that he can do too much more than that. So for those who are expecting me to be happy because a PlayStation game is getting a movie, I'm not. I'm not at all. I'm just being realistic here, dude. There's nothing about this I'm happy about. I don't give two shits about Uncharted as a game. I don't give two shits about Uncharted as a franchise. And now I'm just not going to give two shits about this brand new movie because this movie's going to be ass. Because you have just casted it fairly incorrectly. You've definitely just casted it all wrong. I'm assuming it's following the story of the first game because I can't really remember the first game because the game sucks so goddamn bad. I just couldn't wait to get to the end of, the 18th shooting scenario that I was stuck in. where it's just like, oh, well, here's a big open space and plenty of rooms to hide, so I guess I'm going to sit here and shoot for the next 20 minutes. They do. The game was never that good. I don't care what anybody said. It was never that good. I don't want it. Let's just get this shit out of here, dude. Like, absolutely just get this shit out of here. So, yeah, that's my take on it. I know a few people were going to ask me, so I already jumped the gun. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make sure that this is, in and ready to go. Yeah, absolutely not. Get this shit out of here, dude. Yeah, I'm not happy about this. So, on that note, we're 30 minutes in. Let's take one more quick commercial break, and then we will call it a podcast. So, enjoy these commercials, and I'll be back in just a second. All right, welcome back to Nonsense Buddies. Enjoy those commercials again? Man, I gotta pay the bill somehow, so you better enjoy those commercials. Either way, so before I end this podcast, I want to mention a lot of you guys have been sending me a lot more fucking comments and emails and whatnot. And I know I haven't been spending a lot of time replying to them because I've been trying to get a bunch of other shit together. But one person sent me something. He was like, I don't have his name and I don't have the email in front of me, but I remember it fairly well. So, somebody sent me that they were wondering what kind of shit was I watching on YouTube, because if you look at my YouTube page, I'm not subscribed to fucking anybody. And that's just for the simple fact that I have my own personal YouTube subscription, right? My own YouTube account that I use personally, that's separate of, my actual YouTube channel, YouTube account. So, to answer it blatantly, because this is a two-parter question. Currently, I don't really watch a lot of YouTube. I typically just listen to podcasts right now. So I'm a big fan of the Crash Tummies podcast, who are very new and are blowing up very fucking quickly. It would be fucking dope if I could actually link up with those dudes at some point and just do a podcast. It would actually make me super happy. Plus I just want to link up with a lot more podcasters and people in general, man. I want to grow my brand and podcasts as much as humanly possible because I love doing this. I love interacting with, the small fan group I have, but hey, my fans are my fans, and I love doing this job in general. But I do want to grow, and I love listening to other podcasts, Crash Tummies being one. I listen to Taste Buds, who I've referenced a handful of times, on the No Fresh Network, which is included of Sal Volcano, who you mostly guys would know from, what's that show? Impractical Jokers. Sal from Impractical Jokers. Joe DeRosa, who's just a fucking dope-ass comedian. And he also has Chris DiStefano on there as well, on the Hey Babe version of the podcast. So it's Taste Buds and then Hey Babe, which are on the No Fresh Network. So I truly enjoy watching those guys. Obviously, I watch some news here and there. I'm a fan of Ben Shapiro. I know a lot of people give me a lot of shit for that, but I'm just enjoying the fact that he's just a guy who just shoots facts and, is honest about his bias, It's kind of refreshing to hear somebody who's just honestly either right or wrong about shit, Stephen Crowder, who I just find is a funny guy. I do like his open debates more than anything. The Change My Mind. Again, right or wrong, I've disagreed with him and I've agreed with him. But I just love the shoot straight attitude, And I try and be the same guy. But that's the kind of shit I listen to. I've been really getting into audiobooks lately. So lately I've listened to, let's see if I can find it real quick. I know I've listened to, the fuck is that shit called? I was going to say A Tale of Two Cities. That is not what I'm listening to whatsoever. Fucking hell. What is that goddamn fucking book called? Shit. Yeah, I don't remember the name of that book off the top of my head, and it's right on the tip of my tongue. The Art of War. Sun Tzu's The Art of War. So I've listened to Sun Tzu's The Art of War multiple times now. And then Go Ren no Sho, Miyamoto Musashi's book, The Book of Five Rings. So super enjoying listening to that. And there's a lot of audiobookers that are on YouTube that just do this shit for free, which is kind of dope. So I'm not paying for audiobooks like I should, but it's just a good way while I'm at work and doing a bunch of mindless tasks that I get to finally just fucking listen to a book instead of, goofy internet videos. So learning some shit. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I know that's probably not what you're expecting, but if you want the other side of the answer, where it's not podcast and shit, actual like YouTube shit, it's all old stuff. So gotcha again. I typically watch Cinemassacre and Angry Video Game Nerd, known to other people, but Cinemassacre also has their own podcast, other shows that are put on the channel, but AVGN is what I watch the most. I'm still a fan of the Game Grumps on occasions. I don't watch them as much as I used to. I'll watch Markiplier videos still because I actually do like Markiplier a lot, especially newer Markiplier for some reason. Especially while he's on this kick of like fucking simulator games. Like he's playing weird simulator games at that too. Fucking like, you know, grass cutting simulator and power washing simulator. Like I don't know why that shit's super interesting to me. And then my favorite, I would say, podcasters, YouTubers, period, to me right now. And I know I catch a lot of shit for that, for not saying one of the bigger names, but I am a huge fucking fan of Cow Chop. Cow Chop consists of a lot of, you know, well, two popular guys from way back, Uber Haxer Nova and Alex. I can't remember his fucking YouTube name because he never fucking uploads to YouTube. But they've gone full Twitch, which I'm not a big fan of watching Twitch streams. And it's weird to say as a Twitch streamer, but I mean, even you guys know Twitch is not my like day to day. Like this is what I want to do is Twitch. Like I enjoy podcasting. I'll make a YouTube video here and there, but Twitch is not my thing. It's just a quick way for me to interact with everybody when everybody shows up. But yeah, they've gone that way, but they used to have this group on YouTube called Cow Chop, which I fucking love. This is right after they did The Creatures, or as they would say, the name Unspoken, or the group Unspoken. But Cow Chop was one of my favorite. It was literally just Jackass on steroids. I implore all of you to go back and watch some Cow Chop stuff. It's fucking hilarious. And you might be in on some jokes that I might be doing later because, again, I want to do more actual video shit on YouTube at some point. So it might not be as great as other people's shit, but it'll be my own shit. You know, stuff that I enjoy. Hopefully you guys enjoy. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I watch on YouTube a lot. And then there was a second part of the question, which is, do you remember old YouTube and how great it was? What were some of your favorite shit? What was some of your favorite shit to watch on old YouTube? I won't say that's a loaded question, but it's an interesting question that made me think. And I kind of wrote down a few things that I could think of off the top of my head. And it was, there's an old video, it was a Batman interrogation spoof. I think everybody remembers Red versus Blue, which was like the two Spartans from Halo. And it was just like these two factions of the red guys, the blue guys, and they had this fucking funny ass war. I fucking enjoy watching shit like that. I don't know if you guys remember the This Is Sparta meme, Happy Tree Friends, all types of random shit. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, yo, this would be a fucking funny video to do. So, thanks to whoever it is, and I'll shout you out hopefully when I do the video. If I fucking can remember, because I just don't remember shit. But you know who you are, and mad props to you for giving me this great idea. I will be making a YouTube video on just me reacting to old ass fucking internet videos that I used to enjoy. So I'm going to try and keep them short, simple, and sweet. I don't want to get copyright stricken. I just want to react to some old videos. It'll be fun. It'll be neither here nor there, but it's something I want to do. And that will kind of sum up everything I used to watch when I was much younger and just being introduced to YouTube, which is going to be just a shit ton of terrible memes and maybe a handful of Rick rolls. But it'll be fucking awesome, I think. But yeah, I think that's it. So look forward to that video coming out maybe soon. I might shoot it. I might do it live on Twitch this weekend because I will be Twitch streaming this weekend because I'm probably not going to be able to do it at the end of the month. And next weekend, I'm going to be pretty fucking busy, I think. But I will try and stream these next 2 Saturdays because of the fact I won't be able to stream on well, maybe I might be able to stream on the 1st. We'll see. I'm going to try and do my 1st and 15th as always, but I'm going to try and stream every Saturday. So, yeah, that's how it's going to be. So, yeah. So I might do it live, and then the video will just show up on YouTube later. I'm going to be streaming some more Back 4 Blood with my girlfriend. She's not feeling well right now, so that's why we haven't done any videos for that right away. But it's coming. It's coming. I know those videos are coming. I appreciate you guys for the guys who are checking out Metroid Dread and my Metroid playthrough. It was super fun. It's all up on YouTube now. At least my Super Metroid and Metroid. What was the last one? Fucking hell. Metroid Fusion. Those two videos, those two full series are up now. And now it's the beginning of my Metroid Dread series. So, and again, first time playthrough, I played a little bit just to get acclimated. Because after Fusion, dude, I was like, I gotta get some fucking practice in, dude. I can't be sitting here fucking like fully lost and have no concept of how this game works. So I played a bit on my own, just to get acclimated, and I'm doing a clean, fresh playthrough for you guys, just so you can see what it's like for a fucking a human to play a video game, not these fucking YouTubers that just know everything, all the secrets, and can 100% complete shit the first time around. Nobody does that shit, dude. I'm a normal person. I just play video games for fun. I'm like the Saitama of video games. I do this shit for fun. That's all it is, man. But yeah, so that's playthroughs going on. I'm going to be streaming this weekend and maybe next weekend. We're going to try and squeeze in 2 more movie streams. You guys, if you missed out on the 15th, it was super fun. We watched Llamageddon because we were trying to watch The Sand, and apparently we couldn't watch The Sand. So we did Llamageddon instead, which was super fun. Everybody interacted quite well. I know there's a few technical difficulties for a few people, but either way it goes, it was still fucking fun. Yeah, that was awesome. What else did we do? I did a couple other things on stream, but that was super fun. I know I would like to do a movie called Velocipaster because I like to watch corny movies. I don't like watching blockbuster hits and shit. I'm a corny movie guy, so next time it's going to be Velocipaster. So look for that. Hopefully we're going to get to stream that this Saturday. If I got any fucking life left in me. Either this Saturday or Sunday. So just fucking, follow me on fucking Facebook. And you'll actually know when stuff comes out. But on the side note, if you guys just scroll down, see that little bar right there that says description? And there's a link there to my link tree that I keep telling you guys about. Click on that link tree link. Because I added 2 new links to Linktree. There is a TikTok link. Yes, I am on TikTok, and there is 1 video up already. I just haven't had time to make a second video, but I will be making a handful of TikTok videos as much as I possibly can. At least 1 a week. I would say at least 1 a week. And the first one's on there, and it's kind of popular, so that's kind of cool. I won't say it's fucking viral, but it's up there. And I also added a Twitter. I haven't posted anything on the Twitter except for, when new episodes come out, but I need you guys to start following me on Twitter because I'm going to start putting polls up on Twitter for me to talk about on the next episode. So I'm going to put up there for a week, at least a week in advance, give it a week to, circulate, and then bam, new topic on fucking the Nonsense Podcast. So I want you guys to get used to that. So again, click the Linktree link. It's linked to everything: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spreaker if you want. Who knows? Castbox. Any way you actually want to listen to this podcast or interact with me. Shit. And my email's always linked in the fucking descriptions as well. Like, let's get out here and let's blow this podcast up as hugely as possible. So, yeah. Like I said, I've been working on a lot of stuff. I'm trying to, give you guys as much content as humanly possible. I finally have decided on getting a camera. So, yes, there will be video versions of these podcasts from now on. Once I get everything kind of set up. So there's going to be video podcasts coming up soon. Almost done with the merch line. I was trying to get a handful of merch items out. And I wanted it to be merch that I'm slightly proud of. At least designs that I'm proud of. I've never used Teespring before, so we're going out on a limb here. We will see how that works out. So that's coming up soon. So be on the lookout for that. I'm trying to do as much shit as is humanly possible. So now all I need you guys to do is just fucking work with me. So yeah, that's all the announcements I have for you. So yeah, check me out this weekend. We're gonna stream. We're gonna watch a movie. That's gonna happen this weekend. I just don't know if it's Saturday or Sunday. Follow me on Facebook. And again, just scroll down to that description. Linktree's there. It'll take you everywhere you need to know. And again, Metroid Dread get playthroughs up now. Metroid Fusion and Super Metroid playthroughs up. I will be going back to Bully because I know a handful of you guys want me to go back to Bully. I just want to get through Metroid right now because I don't want to miss the boat on it, and I really enjoy Metroid. So that's just kind of how that's working out. Oh, well. But yeah, I think that's enough updates for today. So, until then, signing off now, and I will catch you guys on the weekend and next week on the podcast. So, peace. See you later. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Nonsense Podcast. Remember, tune in on your favorite streaming site like Spotify, Apple, or Google Podcasts. Also, don't forget to check us out on YouTube at FM Bob Show to listen to the podcast and watch videos by yours truly. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I also stream twice a month. The FNF streams on Twitch.tv. Just remember to search The FM Bob on Twitch.tv. And make sure you follow so you never miss out when I stream on the 1st and 15th at 7 p.m. Most importantly, follow me on Facebook at FM Bob Show so you can get updated on all things FM Bob and interact with the community. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.